Guys, welcome back to TechDose, and in this video we will look at find missing and repeating values, which is from Leetcode number 2965. Well, I have already made this video on find missing and repeating number where I have explained the optimal maths technique in order to solve this same problem. So I will be sharing the link for this in the description below. So here we will be looking at another optimal technique. Now you are given a 0 index 2D integer matrix grid of size n by n with values in the range of 1 to n square. Each integer appears exactly once except a, which appears twice, and b, which is missing. The task is to find the repeating and the missing numbers a and b. Return a 0 indexed integer array answer of size 2 where answer at 0 equals to a and answer at 1 equals to b. That means we have to return the repeating comma missing number, right? Now if you look at an example, let's say the example number 1, then we have 1 comma 3 2 comma 2 1 3 2 2. Now in this case what we can do is we can use a set and we can push all the items by iterating over it into the set, and you will just get 1 2 3 in the set. Now I can just iterate from 1 to n square and keep on checking if this element is present in the set. So if I find any of the element not present in the set, then I can say that that element is actually missing, right? And how to find the repeating items? Well, while pushing all the items into the set, if you want to push an item and that is already present in the set, you can always check if the item is present in the set. If you wanted to push 2, the first 2 will go in, but if you want to push 2, second 2, you can always check if you already have a 2, and that is how you can find the repeating number as well. So in this case, if I consider the set insert and look up in order of 1, then this technique will take order of n square, which is the size of the entire grid. So linear on the size of the grid, right? In this case, the size of input itself is n square. So this looks optimal in terms of time, but in terms of space, the space complexity will be order of n square, which will be the size of the set, isn't it? So we will try to minimize the space complexity in this case, and we will try to make the runtime a little faster because set insert is not absolutely order of 1. Now in this case, if you look at the constraint, then the grid length is no more than 50. So it can be maximum 50 by 50 matrix because it is an n by n matrix, right? Which makes it 2.5 times of 10 to the power of 3, which is way below your 10 to the power 8. So this is definitely going to pass. And this problem mentions that you will always have a repeating and a missing number. So there will be never a case where the repeating number itself is not present or the missing number is not present. Okay. Now let's look at the optimal technique in this case, which is by using index marking. So I have taken the second example from Leetcode, and in this case we have a 3 by 3 matrix, and if you assume the index version of it, now this is not an extra space, this is just to visualize. Okay, so the first slot 0 comma 0 can be visualized to be 1, the second slot 0 comma 1 can be visualized to be 2, and so on from 1 to 9. Okay, now for any number grid at ij, pick any number, like let's pick 9. Our current number will be absolute of grid at ij. You will understand in a while why we are taking absolute. So let's take 9 here. 9 will be the current value. Okay, now I will be finding the row number. Now what I want to do is I will be converting this 9 into its actual position in the index array, right? So I will be finding the row number. You can always find it by doing current minus 1 by n. So in this case the n value is 3, right? So 9 minus 1 by 3 will give you 2. So 2 is the row number where the index 9 will occur, and in order to find the column number, you do 9 minus 1 mod of 3, which will give you 2. 8 mod of 3 is 2. So 2 comma 2 is actually the place where 9 should be present in the according to the index if it was sorted row wise, column wise, right? So what I will do is I will try to mark this as negative number. Now why negative number we are marking here? Just to show that 9 has occurred. Okay, so while processing, in order to not process the negative number, just take them as positive, I will be taking absolute. Now you must have understood why we are taking absolute, right? Now let's repeat this process. In the first iteration, I will keep marking all the numbers as negative. Now for this one, if you use this conversion process, then you will be marking this as negative. For this 7, you will be marking this as negative. For this 8, you will be marking this as negative. For this 9, what happens is you will be marking this number as negative, which is already a negative number. So if this happens, this means that 9 must have occurred 2 times. Otherwise, how this 2 comma 2 was actually marked, isn't it? How the index 9 was already marked. So we can say that while marking the negative numbers, if we encounter an already marked negative number, then that number must be repeating. And so we have got our repeating number. Repeating number is 9. Fine. But we will not stop here. We will continue the process. So we will not mark it again. Otherwise it will become positive, right? So we will be going to this 2, mark this as negative, going to this 3 and mark this as negative, going to this 4, mark this as negative, going to this 6 and mark this as negative as well. Now we have marked all the numbers negative. In the second iteration, what I will be doing is iterate through all the rows and columns one by one. So we can use an I for the row and the J for the column. And wherever I find a non-negative number, like at this point at 1 comma 1, actually I found a non-negative number. Therefore, nobody actually held a value which pointed out to this 1 comma 1 in iteration number 1. Nobody pointed out here. Otherwise it would have been negative, isn't it? So I just have to find the corresponding index of that number, which is 5. And so the missing number must be 5. Right. Now, if you know that the I value equals to 1 and the J value equals to 1, then how do you know what is the index? Well, I equals to 1 means you have completely covered one row and you are into the second row. So the number of columns in a row will be multiplied with this I value. So you can say that 1, or you can say that I multiplied by n will be the number of items which are skipped entirely in the rows. And in the same column, you can say that whatever is the column that is J, you can add 1 to it, because all this counting are 1 based and this indexing is 0 based, right? So if you write index equals I into n plus j plus 1, then you will get your actual index, which is 1 based, right? And that is how you find the missing number. So using 2 iteration on this entire n by n matrix, we are able to determine the repeating number and the missing number. This is another optimal approach which requires you to make changes to the input grid. Okay, so this is in place. This does not require extra space, and the time complexity for this is order of n square. Space complexity is order of 1. There is another optimal technique using maths which is explained in the other video. The link for that will be in the description below. Now let's look at the code. If you are someone who is looking to prepare for top product based company within a limited time of just 3 months, then we have brought for you both the DSA and the system design live interview training program. The most important feature of this program is you get a filtered and condensed structured curriculum, in-depth discussion of all the topics, and my guarantee of your understanding, one-on-one guidance with me, and live weekend classes. To know more about the training, you can WhatsApp us on this given number. In this problem, we are given the grid and I am taking repeating and missing number to be saved. Then n is the size of the grid, which is showing that this matrix is an n by n matrix. I'll be iterating through all the items of the grid and finding out the current number, which is absolute of grid at ij, row and column, which is the corresponding row and column of the current number. After doing that, if the current item in the grid is actually less than 0, then we are double marking that item, and so this item must be the repeating number, right? And for every item I will be just multiplying it by -1. Okay, so that we will be doing. Now after that, in the second iteration, we will again be going through all the items row wise, column wise, and if an item has not been marked negative, then that must be the missing number, and get the corresponding index from the matrix. Like this is the corresponding index that we got using the I and j value, right? So you can calculate it by I into n plus j plus 1, and simply we have found the repeating and missing number. So pack it in a array and return back the answer. So this is the entire approach, and I hope it is clear. If you still have any doubt, then feel free to comment below and I'll try to help you as soon as possible. Like and share our video and subscribe to our channel in order to watch more of these programming videos. See you guys in the next video. Thank you.